This is how we play.
For some reason, I was thinking that they had fair elven longevity. That is not the case.
The snake, took a hit as well as I did. So
yeah, she's real dense in more ways than one.
I believe that second part was unnecessary.
No, it was.
Okay.
Ooh, well, I felt it was implied. See, this seems like a better setting than the previous one.
You guys start wandering into the forest, and you are set upon by a very energetic and harried-looking raccoon. The raccoon wanders over and says, "Where in all nine hells have you been?"
Oh. Speaking common?
I attempt to pick up the raccoon.
Oh, goodness! He tries to run away, but he's not very good at it.
He's very cute, and I'm going to be cuddling him now.
My
raccoon now.
Oh, typically, we don't pick up things that can talk.
Hey! I'm not consenting to this! I'm not consenting to this! It might have diseases!
Customers.
To be fair, you should always wash your hands after handling snakes.
Emmett.
I remove one hand and start petting it.
Emmett's looking around and says, "Where's everybody else in this grove?" You're looking at everybody, bucko. Now make her. Actually, that's kind of nice.
It's not the first grove we've found that is very short-staffed.
It isn't?
No, there is no. That had only a single. When we were going to the glass farm, there was that one that we only had one raccoon guardian.
This is the raccoon.
Yeah.
Is this that same grove?
Yeah, this is that raccoon.
Oh, then this is the elf that made the promise. Then I'm like lowering my eyesight to not have it noticed.
It's all right, little buddy. I'll help you keep an eye on things. I've been trained for grove maintenance. I've never done it before. Well, you got a longbow. It's a little better than, just me down here with my little teeth.
Do you want some wine, little raccoon?
Do I want some what?
Wine? Alcohol?
He looks at you suspiciously.
I ask what kind of grove his grove is.
Well, it's spring, if that matters.
Is it sunny and warm?
No! This is sunny and warm. He points at the sky. It's ridiculous here.
Is this marked on our map?
Yeah.
Naustrilla, or is this a new spot?
I mean, I think I marked it. I'm not 100%.
I don't recall.
Like, I just want to get it marked down just so we have knowledge of growth.
Me too. Except I'm out of soda.
Yeah, I drank all my soda, and I'm not gonna... I'd open up another, but all the soda I have is caffeinated, and it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know what you
And
mean.
I've already drank 2.
That's not probably a bad idea.
All of my soda is water. Anyway,
all of my soda is chocolate milk.
All of my soda is chocolate milk.
I like chocolate milk.
I like chocolate milk. You see, screwing everything up. Now I'm only screwing the wheel.
Did you say chocolate?
He was the funniest. That was the funniest episode of that show.
That was the greatest episode.
Bunnies! Shut up. At least the bunnies are on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
It was the only really, truly good episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. The show was fine, but that one episode, they just knocked it out of the fucking park. It was so funny.
It was an okay show.
Excuse you?
That one episode was incredible.
What episode is this?
The one with cheese.
I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, the one with cheese is great.
Yeah, it was so funny. So, yes, Elliot agrees that he will stay here with the raccoon until they can get some worth of shit reinforcements. And the raccoon says that this is
Elliot?
a spring grove, which means that you should be able to cross through here to get to Thessaly.
Elliot?
What about him?
Who's Elliot?
The Lash. I meant the Lash. And by Elliot, I meant Emmett. I think Elliot was what I was going to call him, and then
Yeah.
you decided he was going to be Emmett. I think I recorded that one. I should have that somewhere. A lot of the video was fucked up for those things, but the audio turned out fine.
Yeah, Mamba has in
Well,
fact earned the
bad,
ability
but-
to do whatever the fuck she wants. It's not really earned so much as no one tries to stop her at this point.
Quickly restart PC. Yes, that could help.
Is the mindset that my coworkers have with me at work.
They reset you.
No,
They reset you quickly.
my freedom is not earned. They just don't try to stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, cause I was tentatively thinking that this grove doesn't have like what's in this grove other than it being spring.
Are flowers?
It's a grove. A grove is a Feywild crossing.
Yeah.
A grove is a fixed
Yeah,
point where
it's-
people can come and go from the Feywild.
Yeah. And I was contemplating like the different people who'd be interested in that because like I don't know that the unicorns care about other places. They've got their own areas. But like I could always contact like a cousin in the snake pits and be like, "Hey, wanna like come hang out in a different grove for a bit?"
All right.
Which would be hilarious.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We get a few more snake shifters. It's hilarious.
I think you get one.
Back.
Hello. That was quick.
Very quick.
So roll a d6.
Who?
You.
Welcome back. Roll.
Me.
Can you catch me up on what she's doing?
She's
She's
talking a relative into joining this grove.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 1.
All right. A 1 is gonna be. Hold on, I have a thing. It's somewhere. Where do I put rolls? Are rolls over here? Yes.
The
Rolls
only
over here.
difference between Ravine and Emmett is that Ravine wasn't paying attention to grove maintenance training.
All right. Roll another d6.
Again?
Yeah. Rulebook. Hey, it's Microsoft Word. Go, man. The downshot of being on all these painkillers is that even though now I can no longer feel my bowels, my brain is not. I mean, it was already pretty bad because I was sleepy, and now I don't know where I live anymore. That was already barbarian! Damn it, Lampe. The first one is Defender.
Nice.
So when you roll a 1, you get a Defender.
Yeah.
And 3 is 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's interesting. It's the
Huh.
Palastes barbarian. So you get an. It's ironic that it would be an ape barbarian because it is a snake barbarian.
Nice.
But it's a snake that likes to wrestle. She's a constrictor.
Nice.
Um,
I love her.
So while you're sort of more like the venomy snake, she's more like the squish you to death snake.
Can her name just be Anna?
Anaconda.
Yes, well done. And unlike
Fucking Miriam.
and she's the opposite of you because anacondas are so
Yeah.
big. So she's like,
Yeah. She's like the
she-
big sister type.
yeah, she's
She's
just,
like
which is why she's so into wrestling and horseplay.
yeah.
But she's
big and tall
yeah,
and is ready to wrestle.
she's just shy of large size category.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, so she's just literally the opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like 10 feet. She's like 10 feet, but still only weighs like 140 pounds.
Yeah.
Because she's a
Damn.
snake.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
We love that.
She even looks like a snake. She's like really narrow and long.
Yeah. I love her.
Yeah, so put her in the character map.
Yeah,
Anna the
go.
long
Pull that up.
Anna the long girl, who is the wrestler
Yeah.
barbarian.
Well, good job.
Character map.
Okay, so Emmett and Anna stay here. Well, Anna will probably arrive
Kinda?
here eventually.
Oh, kinda. I like that. Probably really like the yak. His name's Khan.
God.
Yes. Star Trek reference.
Episode 4 or 5?
God.
Wrong character map.
2. It's 2.
Oof. Resource character map. That's the right one.
We did it, guys. Quest.
Yeah.
We diddly done it.
Yeah, you
We
pass.
still have to go in.
Yeah, you pass through into spring, and into the city of the Lash, which is big and decadent. The stones that make up most of the city are cut with a slight curve, and they almost look as though they're cut moonlight, which is fucking incredible the first time you ever see it, but boring and even slightly annoying because it's glimmery all the time if you were born and raised there.
Well, I was not.
Yeah, Bellathor.
Elves.
Yeah, Bellathor and Aelion are probably like, ugh. And Galithar would just be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I carefully tuck away my medallion because there's too much moon.
There's too much moon. Yeah. Moon. Anyway, I'm still allergic.
No,
I'm allergic to the moon.
All right. I have not sneezed again. That is not what has happened. Anyway, the city is pretty much what you'd come to expect from an Eladrin city if you know the place. And if you don't know the place, you find that it is actually surprisingly inviting, considering that everybody that's there is arrogant as hell and doesn't take you seriously. Particularly Mamba, who they seem to see as some kind of pet. They keep asking you if you want to leave her outside.
Well, I am covered in clay and dirt. So, fair.
And then, like, when she talks, they're like, oh, goodness. And they're like,
Oh my.
they'll, like, bring a cracker or something. And be like, here, have a biscuit.
Yeah. I like biscuits.
Aelon is just loving this, by the way. Just seeing all this happen.
Yeah.
Somebody trying to feed us.
This is all very incredible.
Craig is just intrigued because elven stuff. Also, they're trying to feed a snake a biscuit. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, she's not
It's
particularly
a curious
sneaky at the moment.
choice.
Who is the more charismatic person in this place? in this party?
Probably me.
Let's see. You're a rancid bitch. He's a goblin.
His knife is named Charisma.
Oh, it is.
It does all my talking.
It is definitely Dugnut by a mile.
Okay. I'll
I'm the
nudge.
salesman.
I'll
You gotta
I'll
go
nudge Barty
Thane,
in.
dude. You have got to go Thane.
I'll nudge Barty, and as we're going through this, say, I might have an errand to run that I need to come with you for.
What kind of errand?
Finding somebody.
Hmm. There better be gold involved.
Probably not, but we might get an elven blacksmith out of it. Since we're here.
That's pretty close, even though they're probably inferior to myself.
Dugnut knows that the specialists among the elves and the dwarves have to work together to produce mithril.
Yes.
It's been
it's still a point of pride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's also like it's one of the reasons why the love-hate relationship of the dwarves and the elves have the love part is because
Yes.
Why? Because their race can't actually build anything without our enchantments.
well, their race can build all kinds of things without your enchantments. It's just none of those things are mithril.
Are good.
Are good.
Are good.
Your
Oh,
magic-
that's a bold statement right there.
As I'm brushing off my mithril chest plate.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did
Alrighty.
you say something? I couldn't hear you off the gleam of the.
Yeah, she's a real piece of work.
Now, it takes two to make that piece of work.
Um,
I like you,
funny
Ben.
because she had to get born somehow.
Exactly. That was what I was thinking too. Okay. So you guys are now in the city proper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find that lady.
The Doyen?
Yeah.
She'd probably be in the, if my bullshit off the top of my head comment is correct, probably in the most extravagant place here, since she's probably the higher rank.
I mean, sure, but is she an elf?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll
So?
believe you. Because not all wise women live in fancy, extravagant places.
Yeah,
The ones that I know don't. in fact.
But elves, have you met us?
but Eladrin in particular.
Eladrin.
Eladrin
Yeah, I've
invented
met
fancy.
elves. Yeah.
Like actual fancy.
Not only did they invent it, but they also perfected
Yeah.
With no one else's help.
it.
Oh,
well,
they
you
didn't
can-
need it. They
you
were the
can-
only ones around for a while there.
Exactly. You can do one thing right when you have nothing else to mess up.
Invented it and mastered it before most of the other races came about.
I love the irony of civilization starting in the Feywild. It's just so weird. Okay, it helps to make the elves even more alien and strange because they kind of are. Okay, now you are gonna go to the fancy place. So Callum script, roll a percentage.
Oh wait, you have cantrips, right?
Ye-
Will
Yep.
you use prestidigitation to get all of the clay off of me and into my pot instead?
Yeah, that'll make them a lot less.
Yes, I can do that for you. Just go up and put it all in your pot.
Yeah, that'll make the rest of the Eladrin a little less about the whole thing.
They're like, what is that?
I'm wondering if there's anything else I can do for.
Cleaner snake girl.
Do you speak Elven?
No, I have no fucking clue.
She can talk to snakes.
I can talk to snakes.
It would be hilarious if you go into the building and there's for some reason a snake there.
I'm assuming you're
and
Marshall.
you just talk to the
Me?
snake.
No, I'm primal.
Yeah, barbarians are primal.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll cantrip everybody, press state everyone to clean this all up.
Comes from our heart and souls.
You can't really tell with Crag because Crag is basically just like a cloak being worn by robes being wearing leather armor.
Mhm.
Which is
Yep.
probably
Be
for the best
prevented.
because otherwise he'd be a goblin. And they'd be like, ah, shit, a goblin. So you go to the fanciest place, which is the palace, because pretty much all of these cities have a palace. And in the palace is usually, but not always, the High Priest of Corellin Larathian, and almost always the War Chief, or the High Blade Singer. In this case, the palace is the home of a number of people, but it includes Blade Singer Ithisiel. But it's Blade Singer Ithisiel's grandfather who's the High Blade Singer. But Ithisiel does live here and is aware of the guild and comes out to meet you when the guards are like, Holt, who goes there? Guild insignias. Look at that. Okay, we know who these people are. They've never come here before. We don't tend to like outsiders being around, but, trade, etc.
It happens.
Could I have taken time before this to give everyone a crash course on Elven customs and
Well,
just little things to do?
funnily enough, Dugnut knows. Actually,
You
maybe
bet I
not,
do.
because it should be limited by language.
Well, I know a decent amount since
Yeah, he knows about dwarven etiquette, and he knows about human etiquette, and he knows at least the parts of dwarven etiquette that'll get him into a place where they make him smith things, because that is the relationship between the elves and the dwarves.
yes,
Just like
which
if they
might
were,
not necessarily help here. But
yeah, if they were at the stronghold of Clan Hardbitten, then they would know all of the etiquette for getting themselves into a position where they were enchanting things, because that's the elves within the Dwarven society. That's their role. So they do know
Okay.
those things sort of offhand. What is this? Silverbeard makes snake biscuits. Okay. Bread snakes. Mm-hmm. Arbon invented them. Okay. Shreya is drunk again, I suspect. Anyway, yeah, so Ithisiel comes out, and
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the snake biscuits. I am a person, says the snake girl, surprising everyone.
yeah, he says that he is quite happy to work with the guild, and he's looking forward to working with the guild again, because it's only a matter of time before Rogsburg shows back up. And he thinks that having the guild be the anvil and sending in his men as the hammer is the perfect combination, which is pretty much the highest. It's pretty much the highest praise you're going to get from a blade singer, is to say that he wants his dusk blades working with you. Then when he finds out that you're looking for the doyen, he starts looking around suddenly and furtively and is like, shh. Like he's afraid somebody might hear, or that she might be in the room.
With the most childlike abandon, I start imitating him and being all like, shh, secrets.
In Elven, I'll say to him, is this something we should worry about? Is it a bad...
He rolls.
Not mentioning her?
He rolls his eyes.
I'm sorry, I'm not from a big city. I'm from a small community.
He says, when you're dealing with the witches, the more powerful they are, the more... And he becomes extremely diplomatic, just in case.
No need to go on, I understand.
Yes, he nods.
They're in a position of power and respect.
He says, if you walk outside of the city into the Feywild Spring, outside of the walls, and say her name 3 times, she will take you to her glade to speak with her, but do not do so lightly.
I understand that
What?
this would.
I wave my hand up in the air wildly and say, "What was her name?"
He says,
Please
"Not
don't.
here, not
Please
here."
We will go outside the city proper.
That is, yeah, that is quite enough of that. Yes.
I have one more question. We're kind of looking for a elven blacksmith to join us at the guild. Do you have anyone in mind that could fill that role?
No, he says very quickly.
Okay, thought I'd ask.
A lie.
You could bring your needs, your people, even a expedition with you here, but our smiths will be useless outside of this city.
Not fair.
That's
And is
not
that a-
that's not that unusual. It's because they have an infrastructure here that they rely on for weaving enchantment.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll relay that information. Okay. Back to common. Yeah, we're good. Anything else we need to do while we're in the city? And there's no customs
No.
in, like, is there any customary things I'm missing with a conversation with a high-ranking person?
Not really, because he's basically a general in the military, and you're a professor that helps produce the weapons. That's sort of how he sees your relationship.
Okay. Would you care for a bottle of elderberry wine? I have an unopened one here.
He says, "I don't drink it anymore."
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair.
fair enough.
That happens sometimes.
Well,
you can
Well,
only
thank
be
you
one
for
with the
the
trees
company.
for so long before it starts affecting your career.
that is fair. Well, please pass along my specs and thank you to
He
everyone.
said you all said that in common, so I'm gonna ask him what's it like to be a tree.
He says, "Boring. That's the point. There's nothing to do."
You
No-
can't even nap.
He tilts his head a little bit. "We don't tend to."
Wait, elves.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Well, I'm a dumbass. So
Yes, yes,
fair.
yes.
Well, I'm pretty smart with books, so if there's anything you need, you know where to find me.
There was no menacing monologue, Shara. He was instead fervently telling us not to say the name of the kind of concerning and sketchy weird lady who is really powerful but weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As well,
Well-
if you have a favorite blacksmith that we could talk to.
A favorite blacksmith. He's actually suggesting that you put together some kind of, when he said expedition, he means that you get like a bunch of people that are interested in learning what goes on here together, bring them in with ideas for what it is that they want done, and then you'll probably work with and commission the people here. And that's not that unusual. In fact, it's probably what they do with Clan Hardbitten to produce Mithril now. But the guild is like 24 people.
Yes.
Like
No, that's fair.
3 times as many if you include everybody they hire. Like Elliot's not even technically a guild member. He's a hireling.
Okay.
Come
Is there,
Elliot.
I met
so
him.
it's a long trek. It's a long trek for us to get here. Is there any way you know that get here quicker, a better crossing? Or is it the one spring crossing?
Well,
Because we ran into some unsavory creatures along the way.
He doesn't know the ways that intimately. The way that, and that doesn't surprise
Thank you for your time.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.